Hi, this is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching, and want to try to do something a little bit different this evening. Want to set up how I look at the market in the morning, and then maybe how I set up my first one or two trades specifically. Some of the stuff I don't mind sharing. Some of the stuff I think I can help anyone gain a general education knowledge of how to set up a trade. But what I've learned in working with traders is that it's not simply giving how I come up with the charts, but actually how I set up those trades. And it takes work and it takes discipline. And what a lot of traders try to do is they want to trade everything. They want to capture every move, and that can be done, but it takes time. So the first thing that you want to do is get to profitability, right? And the next thing you want to do is you want to stay consistent in that profitability. So I always tell my traders, pick one or two trades and repeat those trades daily and get paid. That's all you have to do to stay consistent. So it's not just any one thing. So the first thing that I do in the morning is I want to take a look at the 24-hour market profile. First thing I notice when I look at that is that we are clearly trending down. And not only are we trending down, but we have we are setting lower lows daily. Okay, and that's called in market profile, it's called one timing. And just like when we the first time that we had a change in the market profile where we stopped one timing, it's an indication that something's going to change in the market. And I did expect balance, and we may still go into balance. You know, we're just doing a gap fill to this point. We haven't really broken down, in my humble opinion, and we may not break down. Also, just a quick moment with trade lines in the video in general. This is for educational purposes only. Nothing in the video should be considered a trading recommendation. So we're in a downtrend, and trend lines, by the way, are just lines on a chart. They mean nothing. Okay, it's a random line. There's no magic to it. I don't trade off of them. I give a general idea of which way we're headed and whether we're going down or up. But I don't go, oh, we've hit the trend line, let me go long. That's not how I set up my trades. So first thing is, I notice that we kind of have this channel, and I do look for some symmetry. So I'll come in here and I'll do the other side of the channel, and I will just kind of hit it like this. And then I want to see what the other side of this channel might look like, and it kind of looks like that right now. So that kind of gives me a clue that, you know, if we were to continue straight down, that's one possible path that we can take. Again, I'm not bearish. I think this is just a pullback, and we've gone through this whole fiscal cliff thing before. Maybe we pull back some more, but you know what? As soon as the fiscal cliff thing was over, we were right back up. So not overly concerned about it. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although this day was not exactly down, but this was 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days down, and I'm not going to get bearish with 4 days down. That's all there is to it. Or even 3 days down, I'm going to look for a pop every time. So the next thing I want to look at is I want to look at the daily and see what I see there. And I have excuse me, here we go, and let's change this symbol because I have two of the same chart up. Yes, let's try that again. And when I look at that, I see again, first time I'm one timing right here, so that's a change in possible direction. And the trend line there isn't as clear, but there is one. We are kind of heading down like that. And so if I want to look at a parallel to that, I will take that again, and just to give me an idea of what that might look like on this side, and we kind of have something like this right now. And so that gives me an idea of a channel. Okay, so we're in a channel that doesn't give me any information about what the market might do that day. I just know generally that the channel's down and we can travel to the other side of the channel, and that's all I know from that. Or we can continue down, we can even break the channel to the downside. They're just lines on a chart. Again, I got to reiterate that I'm not trading off of that. Next thing I want to know is, what does the 24-hour look like? And so the first thing when I come in, I'm looking at prior day. I have, okay, so we pretty much just got slammed at the end of the day. I've got prior day's lows down about right here, 88 to I believe 87.50, and then I look at the overnight action, and in the overnight action I've got, let's see, I had overnight lows right here at, let's see, we opened up here, so overnight lows just slightly lower, right? And I had overnight highs, excuse me. I am terribly dyslexic, guys, so you'll forgive me for saying things backward, and I'm overtired as it is 11 o'clock at night. I got up at 4 in the morning, and I have had 2 naps today, so way overtired. Here is the overnight high. And what am I looking for? Okay, so what I'm looking for is traps. Okay, so I said in the morning it was going to be important to get above and hold above the 93.5 in my morning trade review. I'm looking at that. And then so now I have Globex high, I have Globex lows, and I have prior day's lows. These are important areas to me in the day. And then I pretty much see that we traded sideways, and coming into the market in the morning, I see that we have higher lows and higher highs, which were right here. Again, this is just to paint a picture for myself. I haven't set up a single trade yet. Let's see here, trend line. I got a trend line like this coming up. I want some symmetry, get a new parallel, and I've got something like this maybe. You know, and it moves around, but right at this point I've got this is what I have for a channel, and that's all I've got right now. I've got absolutely nothing else. And so I am looking and I'm going, okay, so we're opening, but we have gap fill, by the way, right here at about 80, I believe it was 82.25 was our gap fill. So we have that right here as well, which is also an important point off the open. We needed to get above and obviously hold above the prior day's close, and then eventually it would have been nice to get up above the prior day's high. We know we didn't do that, but I was looking for it. So my scenarios were quite straightforward in the morning. I said that if we could get up above and hold above 93, 93.5, this area, we had a good potential of rallying higher, which I actually thought had the strongest possibility. My other possibility was that we would trade below Globex lows and possibly trap the overnight traders, excuse me, overnight traders. Wow, I'm tired. The people who chased into the hole and trap them down here. But certainly a trap from the top side was also an option as well. And as it turns out, we trapped both sides today, very interestingly. Okay, and then remember, I've got a separate chart that I'm working off of over here while I have this, which are the zones that I've set up overnight. And I don't want to go into how I got the zones because it takes a lot of work, but I got the zones. And so I said coming into the morning that it's been hard. NQ's been going one way, ES has been going the other, and they've been having this tug of war, and my percentage of profitability on my first trade in the morning has dropped significantly. And so I said that I told my clients, don't be surprised if I don't call out any trades or even look to any trades right out of the gate. And so we opened up, and you can see here we opened and we sold immediately, okay? But I don't wait for confirmation to sell. This was the white zone right in here, and that translates again, that translates right here, that if you look at the just the daily session, you can see we have a downtrend going from prior day, okay? And you got to put all this together, because if you got to kind of consider just what has the higher weight, right? And so I clearly have a downtrend going here, and again, I knew that I needed to get above here to have any chance of moving higher, okay? So we opened up. Again, I'm not using the trend line, and normally I would have shorted. If we open in the white zone and we don't get above, normally that's a short for me. In addition, I'm looking at the open, okay? This is the 1 minute chart, and I'm looking at the tick. This is the zero line right here, and we only have a couple minutes left, so I'm going to go as quickly as I can. It was totally neutral. It wasn't strong up, wasn't strong down. Seller stepped in off the 1 minute, as you can see, and I just didn't want to trade in this area. I did not want to get whipped around, and we came right into this zone. I noticed that we did not get a strong tick reading, and I took a long right at the back at 88. Normally my target is 2 points up, but again, I thought this could be head fake down and then run. I only took out a quarter of my position. I regretted it. I wish I took my first 2 points. That's normally my course of action, and I live to get smoked on the trade. In addition, on that downtrend that we were working with this morning, again, one way you can use a trend line, right, is just to give you an idea, hey, have we broken or not, right? So the problem with that is you get head fakes up. See that? Oh, we've broken, it's going to go. I'm going to look for the back test, and it was just in time. If you took this long right here against this to get swept. My goal is to take the first move into the zone. First move into the zone. Okay, and I'm fine taking the front. I'm watching the price action right here to see what it offers, and you have to be quick sometimes. If you're not quick, you have to decide, hey, I'm either going to take the middle, front, middle, or back, okay? And then I need a reasonable stop behind here. Usually I find for most of my guys 2 points works. And if you're waiting for the first time into the middle of the zone, you have a 2 point stop and you got paid, okay? But if you look, this is kind of scary here, right? This is the first move after the open up into the white zone, but you're getting above 93.5, and you're thinking, wow, we could really rally, and damn, it looks strong off of here. You got to look at the rotation and consider the rotation up. So let's get rid of this. So my first trade is considering everything. We didn't have a big negative tick. We had pushed down. This is the 4th day down. I kind of figured we could trap people down here above Globex lows on the first test and get a rotation back up for 2 points. Since I took it at 88, my 2 points was at 90, which was right here. Okay, I got my 2 points, and I should have been out of the trade right there and been all done with it. As you see, even if you didn't get the 2 points eventually, as long as you just didn't take the very top of the zone, you did eventually get your 2 points. I believe this right here was 91.25 and at the high. And if I'm working only on a 2 point trade, if I get to 7 ticks and I don't get paid, I don't want to let that trade go negative, purely from a 2 point play standpoint. Again, I have lots of trades in my arsenal. So that's how I set up my first trade. I looked at the first trade in, I looked at the tick. Tick was not extremely negative, and I took it right into the teeth of the selling, and I got paid, or I should have gotten paid, I should say. I took a quarter out. I ended up getting stopped right here. So that's one way that I set up the trade, and I certainly hope that helped. There was other trades I did mention in my pre-market video that I thought that this 84 area, 82 area, that we would see responsive buyers, and that's obviously exactly what we got. And tomorrow I guess I'll discuss some of the elements of a trap trade. But that was my first trade of the day. Just thought I'd do a little bit different look at how I set up my trades. Everyone, I hope you have a great night, and that we make money tomorrow. Market's wicked hard, so Choose your trades well. Good night.